on creating an Azure virtual machine. So let's go to that. Alright, so I need a sandbox. Alright, so I need to create. You'll be creating an Azure virtual machine and install Nginx, a popular web server. You could use the Azure portal, the CLI, PowerShell, or the ARM template. So task 1 is to create a Linux virtual machine and install Nginx. On the right is Cloud Shell, and this is a command. Alright, so we're just going through the steps. So it's Azure Vm Create. So you're creating a resource group. So we give a name for the resource group and a name for the VM. The image is Ubuntu LTS admin username. Generate-ssh-keys. And then you need to run. So in the first step, you're creating the VM, right? Azure Vm Create, and note that this is for Cloud Shell. The commands for Cloud Shell and PowerShell will be different, so it's not the same. In here, and the other thing to note would be that Cloud Shell commands are most often or always, from what I was saying, is in lowercase, right? And that's not PowerShell. You don't have everything in lowercase. So, but with Cloud Shell, you have it in lowercase. So, yeah. So the first step is creating an Azure virtual machine, and the parameters are to name the resource group, and the name of the VM, image, admin username, and run the following Azure Vm Extension set command. So what is the purpose? So it's not just about running commands, because you also need to know the purpose of why you're running them, right? So here we're talking about Azure Vm Extension set, and here, okay, so we had a resource group, VM name, custom script, publisher, Microsoft, Azure extension. Okay. So this is, I feel like this is about installing Nginx, to configure Nginx. Yeah, Nginx on your VM. This command uses the custom script extension to run a bash script on your VM. The script is from or stored in GitHub, and therefore, yeah, I can see it here. It's in GitHub, and while the command runs, you can choose to examine the bash script from a separate browser tab. To summarize the script, okay, so this is the script. Update sudo apt get update install Nginx. So sudo is to you calling the root. So basically it requires admin privileges to run these commands. apt-get install by Nginx, and set a home page. So I think once you install it, you'll see this on a home page, which is welcome to Azure. My name is hostname and sudo t. Okay, all right. And from a separate browser tab, we saw that. So runs app get update to download latest package information from the internet. This step helps ensure that the next command can locate the latest version of Nginx package. Then you install Nginx, and then set the home page to print a welcome message that includes your VM's hostname. And we can also search for this command. So it's basically Azure CLI, right? So Cloud Shell, to manage extensions on VM. Extensions are small applications that provide post-deployment configuration and automation tasks on Azure VMs. So we're talking about post-deployment. So that's after one deploys a virtual machine, right? After you create a virtual machine. So that's what we saw. So the first step was creating a virtual machine, and then we're running this Azure VM extension. So basically, uh, for example, if a virtual machine requires software installation, antivirus protection, or Docker configuration, a VM extension can be used to complete these tasks. Um, and extensions can be bundled with a new VM deployment or run against an existing system. Um, so in this case, we ran two separate commands, but from what it looks like, you could pair this command with the create virtual machine, and it might do that. So okay, let's the extensions. And here are the parameters. So we get some idea what it does. Alright, so in the next video we will we are going to run these commands in the sandbox. So until then, see you next time.